Hi planty friends, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon and this is Planet 386. I'm so happy that you're here. In today's video, we're going to be doing February favorites. I literally cannot believe that we are already going into March. It's crazy to me. At the time I'm filming this, it's a couple days before we leave for our trip to Arizona. So I don't know, I think it's like the 19th or something like that. Yesterday I spent the whole day watering, and while I was going through, I found some gems, and these are plants that have just really been popping off for me. If you hear noises in the background, I'm sorry, it's my doggies. They are always here. You guys haven't met JMO yet. This is JMO. This is, he's a rescue, and he's my soul dog, you know? You know? Are you my soul dog? You gonna say hi? Anyways, at the time I'm filming this, it's a couple days before the trip, and I found a few gems. I want to show them to you. They're plants that have been popping off, and yeah, that's where we're at. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first one I have to show you is this lovely little girl here. This is my Hoya Matilde, and I don't remember where I got her, but she was just so ditty when I picked her up. Teeny, teeny, tiny. And she's just taking off like crazy. I'm super excited about it. She lives in my Barina cabinet, and she just lives on the top shelf. She loves the light. And yeah, she's just growing like crazy. She is living in pon. The jar is a disaster, I know, but despite how crusty the jar looks, the plant is doing amazing. So yeah, she does have a couple little leaves that are coming in. Actually, she's got leaves everywhere coming in, and she seems to just want to live her best life. I'm trying to see if that's like maybe a peduncle. I don't know. I've never had a Hoya bloom for me, so that would be so exciting. And then the next one I just have it right here, is this one. So I am not going to be able to pronounce this. Hoya quinquenervia, also known as the dinner plate Hoya. It's exciting to see how well this plant is doing. It's why she's on my favorites list this month, because when I got her, she was beautiful. She was like on a trellis. She was already started. I mean, she was a pretty decent sized plant, and she just hated everything that I did. So basically, I decided to put her in pon as like a last ditch effort, and here we go. This is my homemade pon mix. I do have a video on it, and yeah, I'm just excited to see how much it's growing. And all this growth has happened since transferring her into this media? You know what I mean. And that's just exciting. That's just, you know, telling me that it's working. I do find her to be relatively thirsty, so maybe she just wasn't getting enough water before, and now she is. So I don't know. Anyways, she's lovely. This is my dinner plate Hoya. I cannot pronounce it. Somebody help me pronounce that down below. So this next one, honestly, I am afraid to even like touch it. This is my, hi Sam, this is my Magnificum crossed papillomenum. I think I said that right. She was in last month's favorites as well, because she's just been doing the most. So basically, this was the leaf you guys may remember from last month, and in that time, she has given me this amazing leaf. And I just can't even believe I own this. I can't even believe I have this. I can't even believe I rehabbed this, and it's not only doing well, but it's just like amazing. It's just amazing. It's magnificent. I'm just so surprised, because this plant really suffered. It was one of the first anthuriums that I got, and it was doing great, and then it just went south so fast. So it was kind of my first, I guess, experience with rehabbing. And so I give all the credit to Plant for Life. His name is Jake on YouTube for this like method of the leca with the semi-hydro with the moss, like the layering technique, because immediately she just turned around. Once I repotted her into that, she just turned around. Her first leaf was a little bit wonky, but yeah, after that, it's just been amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her back before I mess anything up. Her leaf is still pretty soft. I don't really think she's going to expand anymore. I think we're at the stage where we're gonna start hardening off. Which is a good thing to see, because actually one of the reasons this plant went south is because it put out this beautiful, massive new leaf. It had sized up pretty drastically, and the leaf never hardened off. It just it stayed soft, and then it just sort of melted away. So I don't really know what that was about. She does live in my Barina, and yeah, so that's my Anthurium Magnificum papilamenum. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, that's her. So sitting right next to her in my cabinet is my Florida Ghost. I just noticed yesterday how amazing this plant is doing. She's literally just popping out everywhere, just like literally exploding. She loves the cabinet, the Barina cabinet. She's giving me these amazing leaves. The camera, I don't really feel like is even doing it justice. They're almost like, I don't know, neon. I am thinking about taking her out of the cabinet. There's really no reason that she's in there. I was just kind of experimenting with lighting. I am a big fan of the Philodendron Florida in general. The green, the ghost, the beauty, all of them. And I don't know, there's just something about the Florida Ghost for me. I just love the neon petioles, and I don't know, I just think she's so cool. So I love how bushy she is. I think that's why she's truly one of my favorites this month, is because of her growth and just how fluffy she is. I love that. This is essentially one main vine with just a ton of offsets. It just really, really loves that Barina cabinet. So yeah, anyway, Philodendron Florida Ghost. So next up is this girl here. This is Philodendron tortum. I cannot even begin to describe to you how much I love this plant. There's just something about it. It is so fascinating to watch leaves unfurl, the way that they come out, just how wonky they look, and it really just looks like something so, I don't know, surreal, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of taking a peek here, seeing what I see. Everything looks good, I think. My doggies love to go over in this corner that I have her and kind of peek out the window, so I'm just checking mostly for broken leaves. But yeah, it's just such an easy grower. I think I've had her probably 6-7 months now, maybe more than that. And she's just been easy. A little slow to start, but once she got going, once she got acclimated to the house, she just boop started popping off. So yeah, there's just something about these wispy leaves for me. The way, I mean, there's just something so tropical and beautiful about them. But yeah, anyways, you guys, Philodendron tortum. All right, so next is Hoya australis Lisa. I actually had a huge plant. It was well, I shouldn't say huge. It was a really nice sized plant that I pretty much grew out over spring, summer last year. And when I brought her into the house upon fall, I I don't know. I don't know what happened. Something happened. Perhaps I overwatered it. That is probably what happened. But the whole plant just went down, and it went down fast. But before all of that had happened, I just happened to take a cutting of it because I wanted to kind of experiment with propagating Hoyas. And I'm so thankful that I did, because this one is even prettier than my original plant. Even though it was bigger, just the overall variegation, the way that she's just sitting here, I mean, I know she's going to grow, and obviously this isn't going to be the ideal vessel, but for now, I just think she's so beautiful in this pot. Sorry, that was my pup. And yeah, I just have her growing in my semi-hydro mix, and I'm just in awe of her beauty. I mean, the variegation, the sun stressing, the way the leaves come in, it's just such a beautiful, beautiful Hoya, and really overall, very easy to grow. I mean, it's very much my fault what happened. Before all of that though, this thing was growing like a weed. I would say it's very similar in care to like my Hoya carnosa, what is it, Crimson Queen. Very similar to that in my experience anyway. So yeah, that's her, my Hoya Australis Lisa. And she's also from EFG Orchids, which is the nursery I talk about a lot on here. That is where I picked her up. Next is my Monstera Thai Constellation. Okay, this is actually a tissue culture. I do have a bigger plant. She's over here, but she actually came after I got this one. So basically, when these were still outrageously priced, I wanted one so badly. I just could not justify spending that much money. So I don't know. I think it was Jack's Beanstalks? Is that a thing? Or I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Anyways, there was this on Facebook. I saw someone offering tissue cultures, pretty reputable company. I'm pretty sure that's the thing, or that's the place. Or what am I trying to say? That is a thing. And anyways, I picked it up for $35. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing with plants at that time, and it came in this little tiny bag, you know, with the gel on it and all of that. I read the directions, and I read the directions, and I was like, yes, I'm definitely not going to keep this thing alive. There's no way. Guys, we be quiet. Can we be quiet? And here it is. Here we are. I don't know how I did it. I genuinely don't know how I did it. I'm shocked myself. So every time she gives me a new leaf, I'm just pretty much in awe of, hey guys, I'm pretty much in awe of all those things. So I know that these are pretty much common nowadays, it seems. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but it's just fascinating to me. The whole reason I got really into this hobby is for things and experiences like I had with this. Just watching nature do its thing, watching life thrive to live. Yeah, that's what it is for me. So yes, she has a new leaf coming, growing in my pond mix, and she lives pretty much on top of the Millsbow or above my, what is it, Blalladin cabinet? Anyways, she lives on top of the cabinet, ambient conditions, and she's just great. Next is my Aglaonema Pictum tricolor. There's several reasons why she's a favorite for me this month. Mostly because she has upgraded to her big girl pot, and I noticed that she had a little growth point over here. I don't know if you guys see. Can you see that, guys? And it finally came out, her little new leaf. So that is so exciting to see that. I was so scared of her when I got her. This is actually John's pick and one of the plants that he just really, really loves. And that means a lot to me because we kind of do this hobby together. It's mostly, I would say, me, but he definitely encourages me and he definitely enjoys it too. And this plant, I just remember him being so fascinated by it when he saw it. So every time I see it, it makes me think of him, and when I care for it, it makes me think of just that day when we were together and we picked her up, and she's kind of like, I don't know, she's just got a lot of sentimental value to me. And yeah, so that was exciting to see this month. And then in addition to that one, she's got her new little top leaf. I'm gonna take her out of this so I can kind of really show you just how stunning the variegation is on this plant. We got her from Blue Moon Tropicals. Like, look at this leaf. Gorgeous. And yes, she was living in the Barina cabinet, but now that she has her big girl pot, I moved her over to this Mills bow, and I think she's gonna do just fine there. Actually, recently the Mills bow's been running higher humidity than the Barina, which is crazy because in the summer it's the other way around. Anyways, yeah, that's her, Aglaonema Pictum tricolor. Next is this little ditty, darling Anthurium. This is from another local nursery. They're called Pea Planted, and I actually follow them on Instagram, or that's kind of how I found them. I realized that they were local to me, and I also run a plant swap here, and so I had invited them to come to the plant swap, and I had been following them for a while though before this had happened, and they ended up showing up and they brought me one of their little baby hybrids, and I just thought that was so sweet. The gesture, it made my whole day. And she has just now given me this cutie patootie little leaf. She's definitely chasing the light, but that is the first leaf she's given me in my care. And all of the leaves are looking good. Roots were looking good. I just upgraded her to this larger pot because, and to semi-hydro, because we're leaving out of town and I just don't want her to dry out. She's also seemingly doing really good in it. So yeah, that is, oh, also she's Magnificum and Forgetii. Sorry, I didn't say that. I'm not sure if there's like some fancy name out there for that, but for me, that is who she is. And that's, when I see her, that's what I think of. Just really, she's a symbol for me. She represents the symbol of what this community has brought me. Just friendship. Plants have brought me close to some really, really great people that I would have otherwise never met. So that's kind of the symbolism behind this plant and why she's so special. Anyway, yeah, I got her in January, so we've only been together a month? 2 months? So yeah, I think we're getting along good. Next is my Philodendron Splendid. She is giving me a new leaf, and I just can't stop looking at it. It is so beautiful. This plant is so beautiful to me. I love everything about it. It's been a total joy to grow. It was pretty slow to start. It took a while to acclimate, but once it did, it's just given me a leaf after a leaf. So this is the first one. Is this the first one? I believe this one here was on its way out when I brought it home. So I did get the joy of like watching that process, but then it kind of just stopped there for a while. And then it gave me this one, which is just so beautiful. It does have some EFN spots, unfortunately, but nonetheless, it's still just so beautiful to look at. And I think maybe this was last month I got this leaf, so it's pretty much given me one the last 2 months, which is exciting. Tells me that she's finally acclimated and she's happy. And yeah, so this is her last leaf. I have her in this cute little pot. This is actually a for your tall pots, you guys. I'm sure you know this, but for these like tall, skinny nursery pots, she obviously needs a pot up. She's got some roots hanging out. This is a utensil holder. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Yes, it's a utensil holder, and I find that that works perfectly to hold these tall pots. So if you see them at Home Goods or the thrift store or whatever, if you see a really cute one, I often find them to come in really cute prints too. So yes, anyways, that's her. I love her. I do plan on, when I get back, one of my first priorities is to go ahead and get her on an actual moss pole. Something definitely better than this situation for sure, and to give her a repot. This is one that I would like to see on a big pole. I would like to grow her huge. Yes, so Philodendron Splendid. So for this last one, I saved the best for last. Well, maybe not the best, but the biggest. This is Philodendron, Monstera Esqueleto. And this plant is she's just beautiful to look at. I love how the light sort of cascades through the leaves. I just think it adds such a beautiful, I don't know, touch to the space. If you really sit down and take a moment to kind of just like take everything in, it's one of the features about the space and the plant that I appreciate the most in the space. So anyways, she does have a little bit of crisping happening here. This has kind of happened over winter, which, you know, I'm not surprised. It's also her oldest leaf, but in terms of overall care, this has been so easy to care for, to manage. I do need to take her out of here when I get back. This is another project. I want to take her out of here and just sort of rinse her down really well, shine up her leaves, and probably extend that pole. Which I'm not sure how much more we can go. I mean, the ceiling is there, so. But the more this plant matures, the bigger, the more beautiful the leaves get. So, I mean, like most, right? But I just think these leaves are exceptionally beautiful in their mature form. I mean, it's one of the plants I really feel like in all of its forms, it just stays beautiful. You know, there's some philodendrons that start out beautiful and then they're kind of like when they get older, and that goes with all species, Monstera, etc. But yeah, she's truly just beautiful in all phases, and super easy to care for. I feel like every time I turn around, she's giving me a new leaf. I also do the bottle trick. I just filled it yesterday to make sure that moss stays nice and hydrated while I'm gone. I'm not going to worry about the pole too much while I'm away. It's more about just, you know, keeping the plants just watered in general. So yes, that is my gorgeous Monstera Esqueleto. I had to turn the camera around on the last one because I could have taken her out, but she's just surrounded by other things as we do. And I hope it was okay. I know that the lighting coming in from behind the window, and I'm sure you got a nice good look at the dust on my blinds that I can't unsee now that I realize I have filmed the dusty blinds, but it is what it is, right? We'll get those when we get back. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I am really enjoying this creative space and this creative outlet. I'm doing my best when it comes to the editing part, I'm just still learning, so bear with me, but I hope you'll consider subscribing. If you stayed till the end, leave a green heart because I really appreciate you. And yeah, like, share, tell a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.